Hello YouTube, here we go. We have a Bee Castle 10 frame beehive. And this is the one that has 2 deeps and it also has 2 mediums with it as well. Or honey supers, whatever you want to call them. So, this is a heavy box. I was really surprised. I lashed a hold of her onto my porch and I'm guesstimating it's 70 pounds. 70, I don't know. What I'm trying to tell you is it wasn't fun carrying it. You know, it's very heavy, very heavy. So we're gonna rip into this. I'm gonna move you guys in, get you pointed down. You can watch me unbox this thing. All right, we've got our fancy DeWalt razor knife here. If you don't have one, I will put a link in the description down below. Get yourself a nice knife. I've had this one for some time. It's one of them, as long as you don't lose it, you'll have it. So I'm really curious to see the quality of this. Everybody so far has said that it's really good. And I'm gonna have to fold this down, so I'm gonna have to move you guys temporarily. Sorry, hope you're not motion sick. Okay, we don't want any of that. All right, here we go. We have a 4-layer 10 frame beehive assembly manual. I have seen a couple reviews on these earlier and they had a nice little colored pamphlet. So we'll see what we have here. This may be, that may have been sent out to the initial batch of reviewers. I paid for this, so keep that in mind. This is my money. This is not a freebie. Freebie. Okay, so we got our frame sides. That was such a corny dad joke. Here are more frame sides we have here. These ones were just loose. I believe the rubber band may have come loose because they're just, we have some that's kind of just strewn around here, you know. Strewn, has strewn a word. So, yeah. Some screws. Sorry if I didn't show these. Some screws and some nails. Some more frame parts. And there's stuff just everywhere in here, so this isn't as quite as this is not as nice as the ones I've seen that were people were saying that they were gifted these things. These ones are I mean, these are supposed to be waxed. Very thickly waxed. I'm telling you guys. There is some wax on here, but it's not as thick as what I've seen in the other reviews. I'm not trying to be overly critical, but I am going to give you the rubber band popped off these ones apparently as well. They're just in here loose. So, I mean, there's definitely wax on them. I wouldn't go to the here's our entrance reducer. Said more loose frame parts. I'm not gonna care a whole lot as long as they're all here. I believe just what happened is some of the rubber bands had just popped loose. Rain pieces. Yeah. It must have went off like a shotgun in here. Anywho, here's our bottom board. It is waxed. And the wax is supposed to help weather the hives so you won't have, you know, you don't have to paint them. And it's also, yeah, there's another one. It's also supposed to have a quality that keeps the disease, you know, the disease away from your bees. So these are nice. These joints are nice. I'll give them that. We'll see how they go together. I'm excited this year. This is going to be my first year. You know, you have to start sometime. So, yeah, this is what I wasn't hoping for. Out of the box, this is junk. So it is. Can't even use it. If I'd pull very hard, this whole top piece would fall off. So I'll reach out to them. You can see that there was a knot right here, and it's just, yeah, definitely not what I've seen in the videos of everybody that got theirs for free. I have $250 in this, and we'll see if they make it right. I will postpone my video until I see what, you know, what they do about this, because it's junk. Hopefully there's no more like that in here. I had some high hopes for this. So far, everything else is looking good. These are all apparently the deeps. These are all the shallows. Everything's looking good here. I'll get everything. We're just there's one rubber band breaks and everything goes to crap. So the quality is looking really good. I just don't know what happened to that one. In the shipping, it must have just got hit the right way. That's just the wax. It's gotten kind of rubbed off. We're getting down there. There's a lot in this box. We have our queen excluder down the bottom and our top board. Let me get these straps cut off. Okay. I'm thinking that all of them should have been packaged like this, because this is where they have all their joints, like the one that was broken, and they were all packaged down inside here, and these ones are all fine. But that one that was this guy here, it was definitely not in this bundle here. So there we go. One bad piece, which I'm sure I didn't know it. Honestly, I didn't even know it had a top cover, which is good. So this top cover here, it looks pretty nice. And then here's our top cover. It appears to be of, I'm guessing, some sort of galvanized material. This is a couple days after the last video. I wanted to wait and make sure Bee Castle had a chance to make it right, and they did. Right after I messaged them, they said that they had sent me out 4 new sides for another honey super. They didn't include the frames, of course, but they included me just the wooden side. So yeah, within 4 hours after I sent them a message and attached a picture of the broken board, they had me a response back with the tracking information. So making sure this one is in good shape here quick. Yes, this one's in great shape. So I'm going to show you here real quick how to assemble this box. You want to make sure you have all your boards facing the right way. And all you need to do is just, I don't use a hammer. I've seen guys using a hammer. Just put a little pressure on them and they slide right in. So here, we'll do this side. Make sure I have it the right way. You just get it lined up and push it right in. Done deal. Now, this side here be the same way. Line it up, push it in. We'll get this side lined up as well. And you can see it's that simple. Grab yourself a little square, make sure you got everything squared up, and then we're gonna grab our screws. I'll show you one corner just to keep this short. I like to pre-drill mine the rest of the way in. You don't have to do this. I've found that it just gives you a better chance of not splitting any of your wood. So there we go. There we go. Just put our screws in. And you don't need to torque it very tight at all. If you're using a 1/4 inch make sure you have it on number 1 if you're using a little 1/4 inch impact. If you're using a drill, make sure you're way down, like setting 4 or 5, or something pretty low, so you're not stripping out or cracking your wood. And that's pretty much it. Hello everybody at home. I'm going to show you how to assemble the frames. With this particular Bee Castle kit that I have, I get plenty of practice because you have 40 frames you have to build. So make sure you get yourself some tight bond. Some people prefer the second. I just had the third laying around, so I used it. Apparently the tight bond 2 is a little thicker, but what I'll do here is I'll put a little bit here in the middle of all. This is your top of your frame that actually goes on the box. And there's the bottom. I just put it right in the middle. And then what you're going to want to do here is make sure you get in and get some glue here on the sides. And then you already have the glue in the middle on the top bar, and there you go. But the whole point of this is making sure you get on the side post mainly. That way you have a good glue bond on all 3 sides. And now I'll come back and make sure you get the sides here as well. Some people glue them up, let them dry a day, and then come back and and you can slide these in after you glue these and nail them together. But I have just been, and I'm sure it's slower, but I've been just doing it this way, and I just fit them together as I go. That way, the next day when they're dry, they're already put together. You do it however you want to do it, but either way will be just fine. This glue isn't gonna hurt you. I don't think you can use too much, so they say. Anyhow, I just put the extra in the joints. And then I'm gonna hook up my air hose to my 18 gauge brad nailer. I have 1-inch brads in my brad nailer right now. We're gonna put 1 on each side, on all 4 corners, and then 2, I'll show you here on the sides. Make sure you're holding it down straight. Flip it around. So what you're going to want to make sure is you have a nice, it should be sealed off here perfectly. If you have a gap at the top and not the bottom, then you need to adjust your frames accordingly. But now at this stage, I will put 1 nail in here, and then cat a corner from that up here, I'll put another one in. And that's that. That is 1 frame built, ready to go. I know the big time guys, they have jigs and everything for these, but that's how I found it works just as well. Of course, when you go to the deep brood box, of course you'll need the longer leg instead of these short ones. Of course, these longer legs will be used for the deeper foundation. Okay, here's a screen I have from Amazon.com. It's called a starter kit. Beeswax coated beehives for beginners with beehive frame and wax foundation. Includes 2 deep hive box and 2 medium beehive supers. So that's what we have here. It is $249 USD. I do not believe that I paid that much for it. So there's a little better picture. Okay, That's what we have here. Top cover. Entrance. Medium honey super. Another medium honey super. A queen excluder. It has 2 deep brood boxes, a solid bottom board, and an entrance reducer. This is what you'll have, I should say, when put it all together. Of course, you're not going to want to put it all together like this without any bees in it. You'll start with a deep and maybe one of the honey supers, and then as they grow, you'll add on. So that being said, please like and subscribe. It helps my channel out. I'm mainly a garage channel, as you can see. I work on my trucks. I have about 4 cars that I work on for my children and my wife. And that's what normally keeps me busy. So I'm hopefully I can get lucky and catch a couple swarms here. I do have one swarm that is, well, I should say not one swarm, but I have a bee nucleus on order that's not going to be coming till May. So I'm hoping I can catch a couple feral hives. I have about 4 traps up. So stay tuned and ride along with this venture here. As you can see, I have a whole truckload of, that's a lot of work putting all these frames together. So stay tuned, subscribe, and I will see you next time on Man Mike's Garage.